Peace, God. Peace to the gods. Peace reflection. Shalom, Namo. Wow. Shalom, Namaste. Paz y amor, peace and love. Assalamu alaikum. Ashe. And everything else, man. I'm Code, the Chief and Emperor of Light Crown Melanin. Highest frequency, most efficient. Hey, I've been thinking. Right? For whatever reason, after I got done working today, I started thinking, man, my Pluto's in Scorpio, which means my generation is about death and rebirth, or new beginnings, regeneration. And as I'm looking in hindsight, I'm like, man, when I think about my reflection, my life, I came to Puerto Rico, came to someone, noticed that the environment was literally a mirror of my favorite thoughts, my best thoughts, my highest thoughts. I thought, wow, this is amazing. So then I went back to GA, came back to Puerto Rico a second time with other people. And I realized, I met other people, I should say, and I realized now that I had to get back to my core, i.e. the core of what I am. And as I got to the core of what I am, I noticed that I was broken. I needed to be rebuilt. I had to restore myself. Restore means to reestablish, etc., etc. To make firm. I had to restore myself. I'm in restoration mode. Restore means to build up as well. Like I started here, and the first thing I did is I saw myself in Humacao, Puerto Rico. Well, actually, first I was in Carolina with someone. Someone in Carolina. As I was in Carolina, I kept saying, man, I need some stability. So when I got to Puerto Rico, I know that I was unstable. I wasn't stable. I needed stability. Mentally, I was unstable. See, it makes sense. I was mentally unstable. So after Catalina, I left and went back to GA again. This time, I prepared more for my third journey to Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rican part of my mind, so to speak. And the last time I came, I basically just was at my core. All I came with was a backpack, a suitcase, and a vision. No dollars. Actually, maybe I may have had probably like $50, if that. And I saw myself at the time in Humacao. I saw myself with a sense of stability finally in an apartment, basically in the rainforest. Humacao is very rainforesty and green, healthy. And then I began to build myself up. I had other images of myself, different reflections with me, who were just as broken, who were just as unstable. And we found a way to come together be stable, to be more mentally stable. We had fun, threw the frisbee, we drank coconut water, ate avocados. Excuse me, no, I'm gonna say we drank, we had avocados straight from the tree. I went and picked my first avocados, and all of these things are at the core of me, at the core of my mind. The core of my mind is green. You know, there's a lot of green at the core of my mind. It's a lot of green supported by many other colors, many reds, oranges, yellows, purples, blues. It's like a green aura, you know. But while I was in Humacao, I learned many things about myself. I had been trying to grow mangoes in Georgia and got to Puerto Rico and seen fully grown trees. It's quite amazing sitting here in this moment, thinking about how I built myself up. I built up my mind. So then, a few days after being in Humacao, about 4 days, I found myself really unhappy with how I was, you know. I was on the brink of crying, and I was like, man, and I had to sleep on the floor in the apartment. We had an air mattress, but it had holes in it, and I just kept saying, man, I just want a mattress. I just need a mattress. All I gotta have is a mattress, man. I don't know what I gotta do to get a mattress, but I need to. I don't know if I can do another day of this, you know. That's what I was saying in Humacao. And on the on the third day, I got a mattress. And it kind of stunk. But I didn't care that it stunk because I was finally happy to not have to sleep on the hard floor, you know. I was looking at how I was at my core. You know, I had emptied myself out. So the next day, I finally found stability, and I'm in it. I'm in that sense of stability. I've been here since January the 6th of last year. January the 6th, 2021. You know, I kept saying I wanted a sense of stability. And not only did I get it, I got a great one, you know. I still need to build myself up, to clean things up about myself, to put myself back together, to become more mentally stable, and now I am. Very. So like, I'm just thinking about my journey as a reflection of my mind, and I'm explaining it and elaborating it. This story is going to be very objective to about 5 people, excuse me. Very objective. Because they're me. In different bodies. All of you are. You are my reflection. I'm just talking to myself anyway. You know? But I got here I left Humacao, came here to Fajardo, Puerto Rico, and became more mentally stable versus the mental instability that I had when I was in the States and right before I left. I knew I wasn't where I needed to be, so to speak. And now as I look at my reflection and reflect back on my life, there was a point in my life where I was mentally stable. Very, 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 very stable. Just in surplus of everything. Very, very, very surplus. Abundant, excuse me. Yeah, it was really mentally stable. Even though it was in the States, so to speak, I was still mentally stable. Very mentally stable. Now, when I think about stability now, I think about being in a house for a long time. It's stability. Not having to move around to many houses and apartments in different places. Not having to move. Not even wanting to. Maybe doing it every so often, but not every year, every other year, you know. Now I'm aware that that's a sign of mental instability. Because this is my mind. My body is my mind, and your body is your mind. So if you're watching this and you have to move around a lot, it's because you're mentally unstable. For real. This is a reflection of your mind. You see? Part of you being mentally stable is having a house. Part of me being mentally stable is having a house. Another part of me being mentally stable is working, being active, working out, exercising, networking. Today, I realized that I'm mentally stable again. You know, I already was. Like I was already, as you know, I was at my core. So like, I know that I'm mentally stable because I've been at this house for almost 2 years. And when I think about the people that have come and gone, they're reflections of myself that were mentally unstable. You see, when you're stable mentally, you don't have to move around a lot. You're not going to have to go from house to house and place to place and all this other stuff. You're not going to have to do that. You can be at a certain place and build yourself up. Become more efficient with your mind. Show yourself that you have stability. See? Now, as I'm laying here in this moment, now I understand the patterns of mentally unstable people, mentally unstable reflections, mentally unstable cells. I understand it now. So I can even tell now when the person's already been mentally stable, they'll stay in a certain spot for a really long time and they won't leave. However, when they become mentally unstable, they'll leave. They'll leave that spot and go away and try to go somewhere else and get stability. You see, the thing is, I can tell now when a person becomes mentally unstable because, like I said, they're gonna leave. I just said it before, but I get it. So I can analyze the situation that happened that caused the person to become mentally unstable. See, I get it now. Like when I think about all of the people that have come through here, right? When I think about all y'all, everybody that's come through here, the people that were the most mentally unstable quickly came and left. They quickly came and left, regardless of how much they benefited or not, or a burden, whatever. They came and left pretty quick. But the ones of us that had the most mental stability, we're the ones that stayed the longest. You see? I know when I'm dealing with mentally unstable people. I know when I'm dealing with mental instability, so to speak, in the moments of my engagements with people, my reflections. It's like, oh, this might be a mentally unstable moment, so let me find some stability. Let me see what to do, you know. I done got off topic, but back to me getting on topic. When I first got here in Humacao, I digress, y'all. When I first got here, not Humacao, to Fajardo, I came in this house. Actually, when I first heard about it, it was uninhabitable. So when I think about that as a reflection of myself, it's like my soul or my spirit was just, I couldn't even be in it. I wasn't even with it, so to speak. I was, but like I just wasn't aware of it. You know what? This place was uninhabitable. You couldn't even live in it. There was only one room available. You know, and it's Andy playing, listening to Team 4-Star on YouTube, and it's just filling my subconscious up with the memories of my past and what I liked and Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. You know, that's how I know this is my mind and it's me. It's a reflection. I know. You see. So like, backpack, suitcase, and over time, I would add things to myself. Through people, through experiences, I would add certain things to my core and build myself up and add this and add that, subtract this, subtract that, build myself up. You know, this house was uninhabitable. We had to come here and clean it up. I came here and cleaned myself up. See how objective that is? To all 6 of y'all, Onika, Ezekiel, Akosha, Christian, Liz. I came here to Fajardo, Puerto Rico to build myself up. And I had to clean myself up first. This house is myself. You see? This house is me. It is myself. I came here, cleaned myself up. Didn't have much because I was at my core. I'm at my core, you know? So I cleaned myself up. The walls was dirty, the floor was dirty, there was dead bugs and roaches and all kinds of stuff inside of me. I had to clean myself up. There were certain parts of myself that I couldn't even explore, that I didn't even explore. And it was symbolized through this house. This shit fire as fuck, bro. My mind is amazing. So like, I got here. The only parts of myself that were open. And keep in mind, when I looked at the outside environment, it was overgrown with plants that I'm gonna call them this respectfully, undesirable plants all over the yard. Like not fruit trees, not like flowering trees, just trees that grow a lot and really fast. You know? But like, it's amazing for this perception to be coming right now. But yeah, like on the side of the house, there was like a big giant satellite piece and a big piece of wood. The ironworks need to be painted, needed to be worked on. The house on the outside itself needed to be painted and worked on. Like, it's all of those things needed to be worked on. You know, of my core, because this house represents my core. So like, in the backyard, the outside of my core, so to speak, if you want to call it that, rocks everywhere. So my connection to the earth was rocky, you know. There were stumps everywhere, so I would sometimes step on the stumps. There was thorns in the yard and stuff. I had to clean all of that up. That's all a part of me. I had to clean all of those parts of myself up. The thorns, the rocks. I had to dig up stumps and cut up stumps with the saw, chop them up. You see? This is what I had to do, reflection. This is what I had to do. My connection to myself, my connection to the earth, my mind, it wasn't good. You know? It just wasn't good. And it was symbolized by the yard and how I really couldn't interact with the earth the way I wanted to. You know. And now, let's keep it going. And the inside, I had to get the landlord, which is still me. He is me. Different version of me. A guide in mail form. So I had to get that version of me to paint the walls. Of course, I helped too. We painted. I had to paint the walls and restore, because when it comes to paint, if it's old white dingy paint and I paint over it with a bright white, now that color is restored. You see?
Peace, God.
Peace, God. So I had to paint the rooms. I just painted all my core. Hmm?
Did you want to talk?
Sure.
Okay. What's it coming?
But I'm in the middle of my monologue. I've been building up my core. I'm here. I'm in a monologue. Do you want to sit down and listen? I'm in a monologue right now, making a video. Do you want to sit and listen? Yeah. Come on, have a seat, man. Get relaxed. 'Cause I got a lot to talk about. So in review, and Money's gonna like this a lot. You are too. You're sad. So I've been talking about how this life is a mirror of my mind and my reflection. Okay. Peace, Kenny. Peace and love. The God over there, Kenny the God. So I realized that I was mentally unstable when I got here. And the way it's symbolized is when people come here, some of them come and go real fast. When I first got here to this frequency, to this area, this part of my mind called Puerto Rico, I was like, man, all of my favorite shit is here. The working out, the challenges, the beach, the water, the women, the people, the food, everything. This all the stuff that's at my core, the stuff that I need to rebuild myself, to restabilize myself. So after that, I went back to Georgia, started collecting certain items, came a lot more prepared, came back to Puerto Rico. But this time I was in Catalina. I knew I was gonna stay here. However, I didn't know where I was gonna stay, and I just kept saying, man, I need some stability. I need stability. No matter what, I need stability. Now, everything is mental. I am my mind. I'm just my mind talking to myself, and I realized through the patterns of what I engaged in, through what I did, I needed to become stable again. So that means at a certain point in my life, or it could even be my whole life, I was mentally unstable. You see, as a child, I moved around a lot. That's a sign of instability. And this life is a reflection of my mind, which means even as a child, I was mentally unstable. See, if I was mentally stable, my life would have put me in the same place, and I would have stayed there, maybe even my whole life. That would have showed me, oh shit, I'm actually very mentally stable. But I know I wasn't. And my life showed me through how much I had to move around, even as a child. Very humbling moment right here. So like, not necessarily humbling, just self-aware. So like, coming to Puerto Rico, like I said, second time, I kept saying I needed stability, so I left, went back to Georgia, because that was my sense of stability, living with my brother. But then I came back here the third time, stayed in Humacao. Humacao full of green, It's like rainforest right there. Getting coconuts off the tree, avocados off the ground. It's just full of avocados. Avocado grove right there. Star fruit. Building myself up, being at my core, giving myself the best at the time. I basically forced myself to get the best because I ain't had no money. I just had a backpack and a suitcase. So all I could do is drink water, drink coconut water, eat avocados, and eat star fruit. So at my core, the core of my mind, I put myself in a situation to where all I could do is put healthy stuff in me. You know? Even at the time, I was being more strict on myself because some of my reflections, the other images of myself, the other people, they would be drinking and smoking and all that other stuff. And I'd be like, man, I didn't come here to keep doing that shit. That's not why the fuck I came here. You know? However, it just showed what was still in me. I still threw the frisbee and played frisbee and stuff. I had a lot of fun. But I was uncomfortable at the sleeping at the time because I had to sleep on the hard floor. This hard tile right here, I had to sleep on it in Humacao. You don't know? Got to a point where I was about to break down crying because I was like, man, I couldn't take this shit no more. I can't take sleeping on this floor anymore. And then we got a mattress, and it kind of stunk, so it was probably from the side of the road. But I didn't care because I was just happy to be on a fucking mattress. You know? So like I said, situation happened, met Francisco, broke down crying, ended up coming to this house. And when I came back in the house earlier, I was like, dang, this life is a reflection of my mind. And when I came here, this house was we could barely live in it. We had to clean it up, sweep all the bugs off the floor, rat shit, fucking paint all the walls. Well, Francisco and the rest of them painted the walls. You know, I needed to rebuild myself up. This house is me. It's just a reflection of my mind. Just a certain part of my mind. And I came to this part to restore myself. Restore myself back to health, to build myself back up, to regenerate, to do all of this. I had a bad connection to the earth, which was symbolized by when I would go in the backyard, there'd be rocks everywhere, so I couldn't be barefooted. I couldn't connect myself. Rocks, stumps, thorns. That was my connection to the earth. And day by day, week by week, month by month, and after next month, year by year, I've been cleaning myself the fuck up. Stable as a motherfucker. Yes, sir. Stable as a motherfucker. And I know that I'm mentally stable because I've been in the same house. Well, except for a month, of course. But I've been in the same spot, the same house, for almost 2 years. Without mama and daddy. They ain't even on the earth no more. Without a lot. But I built myself up. Met a whole lot of people. Whole lot of parts of myself. Reflections of myself. Challenged myself to work real hard. Even the people that have come here seeing me every fucking day, I'm doing something. I'm planting a tree. I'm planting some seeds. I'm outside networking, meeting somebody.
That's true.
Bringing some shit back to the house.
Handyman.
Having fun. Every day. Until all of them left. All of them. And after all of them got out of my way, all of them, I could finally see where I was at again. Way more mentally stable than I was when I first got here. Now I'm at a point where I'm operating highly efficiently. See how ugly my face is? Highly efficiently. Highly. At my core. You see? That's what I realized about myself. There was a certain point in my life where I was highly mentally stable until certain things happened. I had everything going for me. So certain circumstances caused me to be mentally unstable, and it broke me. And now I'm here in Puerto Rico building myself all the fuck the way back up. My foundation way stronger than it was in the States. Way stronger. Bigger house. All the fruit trees. Flowers. Safe from the storms. Cause I'm on a hill and there's steps and shit. Kid money. Without a bank account. Or a social security number. None of it. I don't even look at mail. I don't even look at it. Might see the name. That's it. Because I learned how the mind works and I learned how the subconscious works. And I knew at a certain point, you know what? If you start reading mail, you ain't got to entertain that shit. The spell work anyway. You ain't even got to entertain it. That's part of the way I reprogrammed myself. I learned how to focus on certain things. When I noticed that everything was mental, I was like, wait a second. I don't have to give myself words. I don't have to give myself colors. I don't have to give myself many things. I can be without them. Let me be the controller. I'm player one. I'm in control. Fucking right. So, once I became back player one, I am the game. I'm in it and I am it. So once I took back control of my life, became stable, I started changing. I started to upgrade. And it can be seen on the inside of me and the outside of me. The inside of the house and the outside of the house. Because it's all me. I'm operating highly efficiently. Highly. I'm abundant. I'm at my core. This is what it looks like and feels like when I'm at my core. My awareness is heightened. I'm just traveling through my body. My mind, specifically. The brain. I pick a spot and then I cultivate. Kite asked me one day, he said, man, you just go to these different places and clean it up? I said, yep. It's all me. I'm an immune cell. It's all me. That's how you change the world. Get to a spot. Do what you're supposed to do. That's it. If we all mirror neurons, they're going to learn too by your actions. So all you got to do is be in one spot. And stay there. And do the best with it. You make the best with what you got. But I'm fully aware now that I'm mentally stable again. And I'm giving myself all the experiences that I want to give myself. And I've been mentally stable for quite a while. Even right before I start planting all these trees and redesigning everything. Now I'm flowing highly efficiently. I'm operating highly efficiently. And it's beautiful that I can sit here and be aware of where my state of mind is. That's fantastic. Hey, I gotta ask a question. Can we put some flag on there? What I'm talking about.
Shit, that's a bad habit. I forgot. No, fuck that.
There we go. Okay.
Shit.
Okay. See, that's what I do in my core, man. That's how I am. Motherfucker know how I am, man. Told the story. Yeah, one for you, one for that. I told the story to Kaj how the Fruit of Islam wanted to make me one of the leaders, and they was gonna support me. I was gonna have 8 bodyguards, etc. Said, oh yeah, I ain't ever told you this, because of how I am, about how I was, I should say, about the police and fucking the court system and all that. I was like a political agitator. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm intelligent. And I'm real good at talking shit. So it seemed like I had an entire police department and county against me at a certain point, attacking me, attacking my friends, all of that stuff. Like the adventure I had gave myself then was fucking amazing, and I earned my motherfucking stripes. Right. So at a certain point, yeah, the Fruit of Islam had came to me, and one of the representatives, I should say, did their thing, man. I already had a group, I already had a tribe. We was already doing our thing. I was doing all this in the States.
Oh, so you had turned it down.
Yeah, I turned that down. Excuse me, I apologize for that. That lack of detail, but yeah, I had turned it down, so to speak. Well, I was mentally unstable at the time. Mm-hmm. However, I had already went through all of these experiences of being protected. At my house, I left my door unlocked. And people would ask, yeah, can I go over there when you're not there? Yeah, I'm leaving that shit unlocked. Open door policy. Do your thing.
Really?
Man. And I'd be like that? Of course. And I'd be like, hey, make sure don't nobody take nothing. That's it. Whoever come in, make sure everything down. Right. That's it. You here to make sure that everything stays straight. If you're gonna be coming in and out, you making sure everything stays straight. That's it.
Right.
And so it's not you blame.
Exactly.
Dang, so it's like you kind of throwing yourself. Oh,
so trust me, when something got taken, something did get taken.
I be like, you know what?
We found out, and he never came back. For real? Oh yeah, he never came back because it could have got in.
I wait for you to get home, bro.
Yeah. It been a minute of those. I be at work and some shit. Hey man, when you get back to the house, man, this shit. Yeah, I had so many people living with me, man. Open door policy, man. Straight like that. Had different families living with me, and friends, cousins, all of that. I did a lot over there. I earned a lot of stripes, man. Being a provider, very mentally stable. You know, as I said, so I know that I'm mentally stable again because of how my life is operating. I'm making money again. I'm having fun. My body look the best it's ever motherfucking look. I look the best I ever motherfucking look. Hey. So like now, I'm just like, dang, this is amazing that I'm actually aware of that pattern now, of what it feels like and what it looks like. That's why, as I said online, niggas usually don't be talking no shit because unless they doing this, they're gonna have to hush. And then there's others out there doing it. We don't be talking shit to each other. It's just, we don't talk shit to each other. It's just, hey, I see what you're doing. That shit fire.
Right,
you know?
Right.
That's it.
Mirror neurons.
Mirror neurons, you know. There's 2 of them out in Costa Rica. They're out there building a house from the ground up. Gotta love it.
The Holy Haven?
No. It's Phil and what's his name? He's calling himself Toto Porter. Now he calls himself I apologize, bro. He don't call himself that. But
what?
I apologize, bro.
Wow.
No, I'm saying trying to remember his name. What he called himself on Instagram. But either way, they building their house up from the ground up. I came somewhere because I already had a really strong foundation. And when I look at the house, it's a concrete house. And it's about to be 8 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. So when I think my version of stability is a 8 bedroom, 7 bathroom house. That's pretty fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. You know, that's pretty amazing that I can restore this and build this up. And to continue this part of the story I was gonna say earlier, this place is my mind. This is my core. This is my mind, the core of me. So when I first got here, the only places that of my mind that I could even explore was this room and the back room. So I couldn't even dive deeper into myself yet. fucking dope. I know this fucking amazing. I love how I look at life. So I couldn't even dive, because what I mean is I couldn't even dive deeper into myself because I didn't have access to the inside. I didn't have access to the kitchen and the living room and all that. So I could only be on the outside. So I had to wait and dig more into my core. I used to go out every day. I would use Google Maps.
So you had to use what you had.
Yeah, I had to use what I had before I could finally dive into myself. And he unlocked the door and we started going in. You see what I'm saying? You see the symbolism?
Mm-hmm.
So I would go to the beach, just be out there enjoying it, happy as fuck. Like, dang, this shit amazing. It's everything I like. It's everything I love. I feel better. Mm-hmm. And I was bigger at the time too. I was like 50 pounds heavier when I first got here. Mm-hmm. Or I was 50 pounds heavier, maybe even more than that. And I even told my reflections, I was like, look, I'm finna, y'all gonna see me transform. I'm finna transform. I might be fat, but I know a lot of shit. I know all of this stuff. All of this stuff that y'all think y'all know, I already know it. But you can't tell by just looking at my body, because I'm just fat right now. It's like I got on a fucking shield or a cloak or some shit. But you gonna find the fuck out, you know? Right. And, you know, I was already talking to myself anyway, and I knew that. Is that a fat ass? It is. Oh, he tried to finesse it. He tried to be dramatic. Yeah. He tried to hit some Godfather type shit, some Al Pacino.
Right.
Cigar. But yeah, I had to have a few experiences, and then eventually Francisco, which is still me, still my mind, still a part of me. Mm-hmm. He opened the inside, and boom, we got access to the kitchen and the living room. So I finally had to dive deep into myself. You see? So even when you look at the symbolism of it, for yourself, you can be like, all right, when I first got here, I couldn't go certain places. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't dive deeper into parts of myself yet. Mm-hmm. You see? Mm-hmm. So every time you get to go to a different room, that's a different part of yourself that you get to dive into. I done been all over this thing. Which means I know myself very well. You see? That's the symbolism. So you getting to know yourself more as well. So as you get more access to the whole building, you get more access to yourself. So that's why certain times, when there are opportunities, I'll be like, hey, let's go in here and check this room out. Because you're looking at a different part of. There you go. There you go. See, this right here, Kenny, it's called the throne room. For those of you that don't know, this is called the throne room. I'm on my throne. Yeah, this is my throne. This is called the throne room. Everybody watched it get made and built, and painted, and all of that. It's my throne. The core of me. You gotta. So when you look at how I live my life, at a certain point to experience reality, I gotta go down. You see the symbolism of that? I have to go down because I'm already up on my throne. To come here, you gotta go up, to the cloud, then up some more. I'm on my throne, I'm sitting up high. When I go outside, what am I looking at? The mountains. I'm up high. You see? I built myself up. Symbolism, that's what part of my mind I'm at. So it's a heightened sense of awareness. It's always been my mind. I just needed to go to a certain part of my mind that was the most conducive to me. And once that's most conducive to me. Exactly. Now, Kenny is the newest part of my mind over here, the newest part of awareness. So we get to learn more about Ken. Now we gotta get Ken's astrological chart so we can open up some more about Ken. So not only can Ken be aware of himself, we can be more aware of Ken. Cato, excuse me. Cato, y'all. Cato. So that's why when I finally hung out with Cato, I was like, yeah, we need to get this chart, man. It's highly important. That's the one thing that's going to give Cato his sense of direction. That's the one thing that's going to do it. You see, if you were to imagine your body or the body as a machine, it comes with an instruction manual, with a blueprint. And your astrological chart is that blueprint. You see? But back to what I was saying. I've been here building myself up, and now I built myself up very, very well. Like, very well. Money is also a reflection of me that has built herself up very, very well as well. That's why she's here. Cato is also another version of myself that built himself up very well. If he hasn't, he wouldn't even be able to step foot in this quantum field. You see? It's metaphysical. So I'm aware of what I'm seeing when the characters come here. Exactly. I'm aware of myself, highly aware of myself. Now, Sag Moon, Sag Sun, love philosophy. And that's what this is about. See, philosophy is what keep you on top of your game. You start thinking about yourself and life way differently. Way differently. You won't have a choice. Take the red pill, that's it. That's it. See, here's the thing, Imani and Cato. Once you realize you God, you have to do better. You have to. Because you start going, wait a second, if I'm God, how do all these people want to see me?
How do all these people want to see me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Being like righteous and just.
Yeah, cause if you God and everybody looking at you, they gonna look at you and be like, oh, okay, well God is
high standards,
this, or
high
God
quality.
is this, or God is that. Oh, so there's God shooting somebody. Oh, look at God doing that. I don't know if I want to be a part of that God, because it's shooting people and killing people and doing this and doing that. No, let me go to a different God. Let me go to a different version. See, you doing your best is part of you serving humanity. You being at your best. When everybody see you doing good, it's gonna make them feel better. You already gonna be feeling better. And that acknowledgement of what they see you doing is gonna make you feel better. See, I have created an environment to where it essentially forces a person to feel better. Even when they don't want to feel good. There's all kinds of great experiences around here. You have an upset experience about your day or something, and go outside and see how beautiful it is, and just immediately be like, man, I'm glad I ain't gotta be around that other shit no more. It's beautiful where I'm at. Your life is a occupation of service, because all you're doing is serving yourself. It's all you. You're just serving yourself. The most efficient way to serve yourself is through your attachment to the motherboard. Your attachment to the earth. Planting your feet on the earth. Planting trees, because humans are the only beings on the planet that can plant trees. You know how every insect got to function, every beetle and bird and whatever got to function? Humans got to function too. And we the only ones that can do that. Not only are we the only ones that can do that, we do it with machines. We do it with machines too. So we can use propagation. You plant the seeds. We can plant a seedling. We can plant a whole tree. We can get a freaking crane, and I think it's a crane, whatever that shit called, and dig a whole tree up and move it and plant it in the ground. We're the only people that can do that. It's the most efficient way to build yourself up. Planting trees, planting seeds. And you can see and feel the effects of it when you're in that environment. You see the importance of it. It feels beautiful, it looks beautiful. It's a reflection of your mind.
How long it take to plant a tree?
Few minutes. No, you're good. Ask the question. We need you open. It's open discussion.
It takes a few minutes.
Yeah, man, it's planting a tree. Planting the seed is fast.
Alright, you know something? In life, we must ask the right questions. And I gave a prime example.
Mm-hmm.
It only takes seconds to plant the seed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
The question that I should have asked, how long does it take a tree to grow?
Well, it depends on the tree. It depends on the tree. So like, I have a wide variety of trees because I'm a Gemini, sun. So versatility and variety is my thing. I have versatility and variety. So I have a lot of different plants planted outside, and they grow at different speeds. It depends on whatever plant it is. For example, the Guinnep trees grow really tall, really fast. So do the passion fruit, and so not passion fruit, excuse me. So do the soursop, and so do the tamarind and papayas. Yeah, they all grow really fast. Papayas can fruit. You know, those papayas haven't even been out there a full year, and they're already that big. I don't know if you knew that either.
Not a full year.
They haven't even been out there a full year.
Oh,
They're already
wow,
that
they're
big.
so big and so many.
So like, yeah, depending on what tree it is, yo. Mangoes and avocados grow kind of slow, but once they get big going, they grow fast. They get big quick. You know, they get dense quick, I should say. So it depends on what it is. So when I'm out here refreshing my memory, i.e. educating myself, my cells on reflections, I get to keep teaching myself, keep showing myself deeper ways to look at things, so to speak. More profound ways to look at things. Don't necessarily like that. Gracias. Yeah. Mentally stable again, yo. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to be aware of it. It's a great feeling to just to see what it feels like. To be in the same spot for 2 years, almost 2 years. And to be doing the same patterns I was doing that keep me stable. Because without me doing certain patterns, I won't be mentally stable. Just like I gotta be in the same spot for a long time, I also gotta do certain patterns that keep me mentally stable. That's what the chart is for. Public speaking is one of the things that keep me mentally stable. Doing the massage and keep me mentally stable. Being intimate. Intimacy, right. Scorpio is about intimacy, as I said before. Keep you mentally stable, you see. Leadership keeps me mentally stable. My North Node is in Aries. See, we got to figure out what your North Node is, too. Okay, because that's the one thing that's going to help you clearly feelize yourself.
Stable.
Mm-hmm. See, without getting stable, we already are stable. You're either going to be on the vibration of stability or the vibration of instability. And it's all mental, so it's mentally stable or mentally unstable. See? The ones that aren't, they move around a lot. Questions, comments, concerns? I've done a lot of feeding. No, Kenny's full over there. Look at him. Feeling good. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Excuse me, Kato. I got you right here. That's what we do. That's what I do over here, Kato. Now you know, man. Light crown melody, man. That's what we do. You got Instagram?
Yeah.
Man, hey, what's up with changing your name to Source, man? What's up with it?
Their name is...
So what you would do is just put Source dot and then whatever your Instagram name is. That's it. That's how you get on the frequency. That's it. See the confirmation back there. Keep going. See, what happens is this. Once a person changes their name of the source, because I'm the chief, I'm the emperor of all this emperor of heaven stuff, highest frequency. Me, I'm the representative, practically, logically, all of that. Boss of all bosses, chief of all chiefs, all that. So, once a person taps into the frequency through quantum physics, meaning doing the same patterns, you had no choice but to start seeing the same stuff in your reality. Your money knows.
That's true.
Everybody that meets me knows this. So, once a person takes the source off, they start having different experiences. They'll still see quite a few patterns, because it's the highest frequency. But like, yeah, you just say source, dot, whatever. And then the patterns that we see, the patterns that I'm expressing, that I'm aware of, they're just going to be in you. Gotcha. They're just going to be in you and happening to you, and you're just going to figure shit out fast.
Like I remember, it was said to make my Instagram public and follow the patterns that you follow the people you follow. And I did all that.
That's all. You see the same,
Yeah.
so you get to see
Same
life
results.
you basically get to see life the way that I see it, and it keeps you here. It keeps you in this spot.
I'm thankful, grateful, and honored
I
to
am.
be your presence.
I am. See, so the wit comes and all the patterns of just the heightened sense of awareness comes. You get to see what I learned. And you get to see that I'm still learning every day.
Satisfied.
Every day I'm still learning. I'm doing new patterns. Showing myself things that I haven't shown myself before. I'm literally building myself up in ways that I have not even seen. And I had to do them myself so that I can experience those ways objectively. I had to see how the houses were built. I had to see, instead of just eating the motherfucking fruit, I had to grow the fruit myself. See confirmation right there every time. So, what I started learning was, once I got to the source of the creation of things, I started vibrating on the frequency of the source of all things. You might want to repeat that. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Once I learned to search for the source of the creation of things,
Search for the source of creation.
of
The
things,
creation of things.
then I started vibrating on the frequency
You start vibrating on the frequency.
of the source of all things.
And the source of all things.
I know it's heavy, kid. It's your first time over here. Yeah. See, smoking the way we smoke actually keep you on the same frequency. So like, if you was drinking something at the same time you were smoking, you wouldn't like feel the words as much, and feel the words as much, understand it as much. So you got to be doing the same pattern, so we can be vibrating the same way and be on the same frequency. Make sense? Yeah, of course. See, car horn in the back. So, yeah, man, it's a heightened sense of awareness. It's like, oh shit, this shit been happening my whole life. Now I'm just aware that this stuff has been happening my whole life. I just wasn't aware of it then. I was always communicating with myself mentally through electrical signals. Of course, I'm operating on a different brain wave. It's not the same. It's not the same frequency. If it was, you'd see me doing a whole lot of the same patterns we get in the States. Everything look different and feel different. Money know what I'm talking about. Supposed to be co-signing back there.
Right, it's like rainforest vibe, like high frequency.
And I'm the being that's
grounding.
so looking at me is essentially like if the plants had a spirit to tend to it. I'm that spirit. So I'm still just this environment. So instead of looking at me as another person, look at me as a part of this environment.
Part of this environment.
I'm just part of the environment, and you here. You just here, experiencing this environment. And I'm the being that communicates the thoughts on behalf of the environment. Shit. You high enough yet? Yeah, it doesn't matter what. I could be on shrooms and drunk, it's gonna come out the same way. Part of it is who you with that aids in how you feeling right now. Cause it ain't what you feeling ain't just marijuana. What you think about that? I say what he feeling ain't just marijuana. You tapping into your objective thoughts, listening to your voice. Come out of everybody. See confirmation every time. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. See your eyes and your brain, man. Once I became aware of that through somebody on Instagram, your brain is on the outside through your eyes, and the rest of it on the inside. So your brain is not encased in darkness. Part of it right here. You navigate over here? You navigate over here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Good stuff. Filled up. He filled up. That's good. Welcome, man. But yeah, man. Source dot. Oh yeah, what's your Instagram tag?
Source dot. Cato.
Can you show me? I love myself.
Cato versus Paul.
Let me see. Can I back right here? Yeah, serious. Yeah. There we go. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Boom.
Alright, bro.
Alright, bro.
Peace and love. Enjoy your night.
Gracias, amor. Gracias.
Alright, money, talk to me. Phone down. I can make you put your phone down. I can make you put your phone down. Will you put your phone down? Will you put your phone down? Now. Yeah, talk to me. I built myself up, yo. Beep. Whoa.
I was in the ocean today. My locks look great.
Mm-hmm. What about building yourself up? That's what we on the topic of building yourself up.
Yeah, one way I want to build myself up is
How are you building yourself up?
I am building myself up by going to school for massage therapy.
No, what are you doing right now?
And I'm going to the oceans, working my craft.
In what way?
Crocheting.
Using your hands?
Using my hands.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you think about the environment you place yourself in?
I think it's high quality.
Give me a lot of detail. Give me a lot of detail about it. And
Like it feels better. Like I like seeing all the colors, like all the green in nature and blue and white and brown.
let's keep the topic of the. This is my mind I'm looking at. I'm reflecting the light of my mind. So let's keep it with that context. I know you can do it. I know you're gonna do great.
Yes, it's
How are you
like
seeing
healing.
Mm-hmm.
The frequency is high.
In what way?
Through the conversations, like the builds, and the food, like the environment, like what I see when I go outside, like connecting and grounding out there. Because I used to do that in Babylon, right? But doing it here is like, it's better. It's a better connection. You think about Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So a better connection. And environment is important. Sleeping outside in the tent, like that's been good.
It has.
And I need to practice more of sitting in there during the day.
I think that would be a fantastic idea. But
the food is good.
Yeah, food is great.
Like how, like, you know, like things are growing and stuff, and then we go back there, pick it, clean it up, and eat it. Like that's so beautiful. That's all it's supposed to be.
I'm self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient.
I'm so self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. Excuse me. That I'm at my house and making money from my house.
Let's see.
Building myself up. Actually building myself up. That's how self-sufficient I am. Who's doing it? Me. Yeah. That's what pattern I represent in your mind. Let's go deep. I'll say it again. That's what pattern I represent in your mind. The person you're hearing. I represent the self-sufficient pattern.
Right.
I am the self-sufficient pattern.
Right.
That's the pattern that's at your core and is your core. Self-sufficient.
That's what I've been talking about too.
Being quote unquote outside of yourself is dependency. You always need somebody to give you something, etc., etc. Instead of being able to provide it for yourself by having it at your house already, at your domicile where you lay your head at. Self-sufficient pattern. I've always been this pattern. When people met me, right? It's a little subjective. When the other reflections met me, they might not have been aware that I'm a self-sufficient pattern. Though I would explain myself thoroughly. In different ways, from different angles. You go, man, out of all the parts of myself, right, if I'm looking at life and there's all these different patterns, and there's all these different reflections of me, different jobs and different ways of life, like, what part do I want to experience for myself? Instead of having to go work a certain job, be at a school, do this or do that, like, what pattern do I have to be around? What pattern do I have to be expressing to just not have to depend on other things so much? And just, I can just have it. And whatever I need just comes to me. Wow, what a powerful pattern. You know? You do. You do.
Hey.
So that's what pattern I represent. The very mentally stable part of yourself. The part that keeps you going. It's really active. It's making things upgrade. It's bettering itself. It's making you run more smoothly and more efficiently. That's what I am. Keeps you focused. Is focused. I am focused. My focus is exalted. You don't know? That's what I am. And I'm aware of it.
Awareness.
I'm aware of it. So, in a sense, let's go in deep. Let's go deep. In a sense, those that are not aware of me are not at this point yet. Which means that they're equally not as aware of themselves. You see? Being around me is the highest or heightened sense of awareness. That's what I am. Even the environment outside of me, so to speak, further outside of my core, even it's upgrading. Yeah, the house down there, she ended up putting the tiles on the outside. The house across the street, they fixed that whole house up. The house downstairs, they just got a new roof. The house is a few houses around the area that they're building their houses up. The streets are cleaning up. Like all of this is me. I'm just upgrading. And the more I upgrade this environment, the more I'm gonna see a reflection of it when I go on the outside of it.
Right.
You see, that's why I do this. This is the macro, and the outside is the micro, so to speak, and vice versa. Been to the jungle many times. Excuse me, the rainforest many times. Been to the mountains many times. I know what the feelings feel like. And once I learned that this is a rainforest climate, I said, oh, I can actually hold on to those feelings, so to speak, or mimic them. I can even upgrade them. I can adjust how I'm feeling by what I put around me. Because all of these plants are my subconscious. And there's the spirits of the beings that planted things and brought plants that are also here, aiding and helping it. And of course, I'm like, I was thinking about this earlier. It's like I'm their caretaker of the spirit. Like certain people gave a lot of energy to this environment, and I'm cultivating that energy. So when I see those plants thriving, I know that the people or the spirits of the people that gave me the plants are also thriving. And I'm like the caretaker of it. I was thinking about that. I was like, man, that's some super duper voodoo. I love that right there. So there's a lot of people that have plants here that I've been cultivating, and they've been growing abundantly, efficiently. And of course, the people have been growing abundantly and efficiently because I'm the caretaker of their spirit. That's why it's important to donate plants over here. See that back there? That's why it's important to donate plants over here and things like that. Because I get to be the caretaker of that spirit. And I'm a real good one. A real good one. I'm great at it. I know. I'm great at it. Yeah. Keep that thing real healthy. So I play the subjective and objective game, you know. But hey, I'm a great guardian. I'm a great guardian. That's what I do. I guard stuff. I guard and I serve. That's what makes me the chief and the emperor. You see, all the abilities, if I wanted to be a leader, right, which I am, all of the things that I would want to see done for me, I need to be able to fucking do. That's how I embody my sense of leadership. if I want somebody to do some shit that I can't fucking do, how am I gonna be the leader? I won't be seeing myself.
Right.
I won't be seeing myself if I was in that situation. See, me, I teach the leadership by doing it and talking it. You see? So the importance of me meeting people, especially the guys, and attempting to get them to do things with me is so that they can do more of that for themselves through others. They have to stimulate the pattern so they can see it. You see?
Stimulate the pattern so you can see it,
Yeah,
right?
what's up with you in that phone today?
My phone?
Yeah, what's up with it?
Oh, I'm on it. Texting my daddy and my brother, siblings and stuff, and nieces.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's how I'm looking at all of this. You see? Tribe is already here. Gotta get the, we're doing what we can to get some more energy in the form of people. However, I know that I need to, in order to, for me to get as self-sufficient as I was before, I kind of need like complete control over this environment. Like,
You need what?
kind of like complete control, like for the house to be mine.
Mm-hmm.
Then when people come in, you know, then I can do this, do that, etc., etc. You know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally, I'm already there. Well, I'm getting there. I'm already there, so to speak. I'm vibrating because I need to stimulate thought. But hey, I said the house is gonna be gifted to me somehow, some way. Interesting. Yeah. I'm self-sufficient.